Sorry about that, guys. I got screwed over. My own computer screwed me over. But did you miss me? Hey, it wouldn't be me if I didn't have technical difficulties. But hey, welcome to Friday Night Smackdown review. And what a wonderful review it is. Or as I say, is this was a weird Smackdown for me. Uh I have some reservations. I've been having reservations about everything WWE has been doing since that Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And my God, oh, we got a co-host here. Shay, did you miss me?
Yes. Thank you, little big man is back.
Oh my God. Uh, I got lots to say, and I wish I could have been on the video with you guys when talked about the Raw for Netflix because oh my God, that was a horrible show. But no, it actually, I'm glad SmackDown went the way it went because I can actually say it here.
Special
Uh,
session.
and the thing is, we start off SmackDown with something that I do not like, and because it makes no sense, and it points to what Punch be saying about what he was saying how it didn't make sense for like Nia Jax to be teaming up with Liv Morgan after the whole Crown Jewel incident. So, but anyway, let's get into it. So we kick off Monday Night Raw. Of course, they give a recap of what happened on the Friday Night SmackDown. We they give a recap of what happened on Monday Night Raw. The Raw on Netflix, and then we kick off with Paul Heyman, who basically comes out and to celebrate the fact that Roman Reigns has beaten Solo Sikoa and is the undisputed, ununanimous tribal chief. Which right there, that sentence right there irritates me. The fact that Roman beat Solo, but uh, then he proceeds to talk more about Roman Reigns and what was the next to come for Roman Reigns, which is why he wanted Cody Rhodes to come out because he has instructed Paul Heyman to tell Cody Rhodes something. And he calls out Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out and Paul Heyman proceeds to tell him that that Cody has done something that most people around most of the people on the roster has not been able to do and earn Roman Reigns' respect. And Roman Reigns then wants to inform Cody now that he got his Ulafala back, he wants his title back, and that he plans to do this so there won't be no surprises. He plans to enter the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, go on to WrestleMania, and challenge Cody Rhodes for a third time. This would be, if Roman Reigns wins, this would be the third match. This would be the rubber match. Remember, Roman Reigns won the first one. Cody won the second one, became champion. So this is the third one if this happens. And he does this whole this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler thing. Before Cody Rhodes can have a chance to respond to Paul Heyman, he would get interrupted by Kevin Owens, who said, "You want to know what I want to talk about?" And at first, it caught me off guard because I thought this was Cody Rhodes talking until I realized that was Kevin Owens, and he said something that actually is true. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did get worse. And on Monday, first it was like, okay, he teamed up with Roman Reigns to end his little feud with Solo Sikoa, but to start the feud with Kevin Owens. But then it just devolved that Monday night on Netflix. It devolved worse because The Rock came out with the final boss gimmick, everything, and he cut a babyface promo, and he even was acting babyface towards Cody Rhodes, a person he beat damn near to death in front of his bus. The man he wanted, Mama Rose and all that stuff. We went from all that to this promo on Monday. And Kevin Owens mentioned that he's shaking hands now. Cody Rhodes and The Rock are shaking hands and doing all this. I'm like, yeah, it did kind of get worse. And now he's shaking hands with, like he said, now you're shaking hands with Paul Heyman, and not 30 seconds later after you shook hands with Paul Heyman, or with Paul Heyman, he informs you that Cody, that Roman wants his title back. And this is all Cody's fault, because if you would have just let Solo and them destroy Roman, he said we wouldn't be dealing with this. And if Roman takes that title back from you, it will be the devastation to the whole company. But Cody had enough of it, so he gets out the ring, goes and attacks Kevin Owens. So they brawl back up the steps in the crowd, and then we don't see them for a minute. But Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu enters the ring, and they're getting ready to attack Paul Heyman. And I'm like, so did we not hear Solo say before that if Roman Reigns gets the Udofala, they all will have to acknowledge Roman Reigns? So we're not even following the logic of the story here. Okay. So then they look like they get ready to attack Paul Heyman. Jimmy comes out for the save, but then they kind of start beating him up. And then we get Cody Rhodes coming back after dealing with Kevin Owens, and he ended up coming to Jimmy's aid. And he helps Jimmy fend off Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga and protects Paul Heyman. And that's pretty much like the end of that segment, but that wouldn't be the last we see of Cody Rhodes, Jimmy, or Jacob and Tama Tonga. It will be the last we see of Paul Heyman, but not the last for everybody else involved. And not even Kevin Owens. Before we move on, did you guys hear the problem with all this? One, why is Cody helping Jimmy? Why is he getting involved in bloodline business? Why is he shaking hands with Paul Heyman? This whole thing is stupid because we shouldn't even be here. Solo Sikoa should have beat Roman Reigns. Honestly, Solo Sikoa should have beat Roman Reigns. And I have a huge problem with that. It's the same thing with Liv Morgan losing to Rhea Ripley. And I called it. I said that when Tiffany got that title off of Nia Jax, I was scared what was going to happen Monday because I believe Rhea was going to beat Liv Monday, and she did. And you want to know why? Because Triple H and WWE are protecting Roman Reigns and Rhea so much that it's not even us. They are so scared to make them look vulnerable that they think their stock is going to lower, that they're going to make them look weak, and it would have done nothing to them. It would have done nothing to Rhea. It would have done nothing to Roman Reigns to lose. But no, now we here with this stupid storyline, and Kevin Owens making more sense because why are you getting involved with this bloodline? Why do you care if Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga is attacking Paul Heyman or Jimmy Uso? You had nothing to do with that storyline, Cody. Instead of us focusing on Cody and Kevin Owens, like they were trying to do both. They wanted us to focus. They wanted the story to be about Cody helping Jimmy against the bloodline and focus on Kevin Owens. It should have been solely just on Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes beating the hell out of each other throughout the whole night. Yet we got this weird interaction with Cody and the bloodline. Cody seems to be okay with the blood. This is just no, it don't make sense and it's stupid. But that's my 2 cents. My co-host Shay, what do you think?
Oh Lord, we got a lot to talk about, guys. What the ham jam? What was going on Monday and Saturday, Friday night? That is ridiculous. Like, I understand Jay coming out to defend Jimmy. I'm surprised that Jay didn't come out, but that's his brother. I understand Cody defending Jay. They cool. They've been cool since Survivor Series last year when they fight together. That's different. But for him to come out, and I understand talking to Paul, cool. I understand that. We all know Roman wanted to get his rematch. We all know this. We know that was going to happen. But for him to shake The Rock's hand whatever they was doing backstage on live, like, come on, Triple H. Like, why are you having all these mix up storylines? Him, Drew, him and KO, everybody is tied together. Roman, Drew, Seth,
Yeah,
everybody's tied. I don't like that.
it's like it's weird. Why is like I get Drew. I do get Drew. Don't get me wrong. I
Right.
get Drew and I get Kevin. I get Drew and Kevin. But it seems. But what is the direction here? What is going on? Why is The Rock and Cody on? Did we just forget that we got a storyline that we didn't even get to? What did he give Cody Rhodes? What did The Rock give Cody
Exactly.
Rhodes? Why did The Rock come out in Bad Blood and go, like that, and
With
count
the
one,
three.
two, three? Like
Yeah.
what? Now he's good with Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes doesn't like what? No, like Roman. I say it once, I say it again. Roman and Rhea should have lost. They should have been on a whole different. Honestly, what this does for one with Rhea, now we're stuck. We are stuck in this Rhea Liv vortex because if it's not Liv, who else is there? Nobody wants to, even though I ain't even gonna say it because it's a part of the leaks, and the leaks are looking like more and more is going to be true, especially
Right.
especially given the fact that what happens later on tonight was when it comes to a certain Miss New Champion, and the fact that her first title defense is happening next week, but according to the leaks for the Royal Rumble, so I'm like, okay, if they don't say this match happens at the Royal Rumble, then the leaks are starting to become more and more true again. So
Right.
that I'm going to say that part for later, but according to the leaks, I don't want to see that. I do not want to see them two running back. I don't want to see Rhea and this leak person running back. I
And
don't.
why do Jimmy always get beat up? Like, I don't understand that. He always gets beat up every time he's alone.
Like, are we not
Oh.
going to elevate Jimmy to the United States Championship level? Like, eventually, Jimmy gonna have to start winning matches. Oh, okay. Don't worry, guys. It's a lot. I still got a lot more to rant about because SmackDown, in all intents and
It was
purposes,
horrible.
was horrible. Like, Jesus Christ. That was the most boring SmackDown I ever seen. I would say boring because it was only a couple of things that actually was interesting. I did not give a
I
damn
fell
about
asleep,
it.
actually.
Oh my god. All right. So after all that, we go to commercial break, come back. Jacob Fatu. This was one of the better moments of SmackDown because this was funny to me. I like this part. I ain't gonna lie. I like Jacob Fatu, so I like how he acts and stuff. And so the security are trying to force them out. We see them force Tama Tonga out, and he just walks out the door, and I'm like, okay. And then Jacob, it was kind of weird because of how Jacob did this. So you would think Tama Tonga would be right behind him, but no, Tama Tonga just left. But yeah, so they try to force Jacob out. Jacob was pushing security, and he tell the security guard, "You better think about your life. There ain't no way in hell you about to get me about this building." And I'm like, "Oh, that was cool. I never seen nobody threaten security like that." Oh boy, Jacob said, "You better think about your life right now, because ain't no way in hell you about to remove him from this building." And then out comes my boy LA Knight, and he just knocks Jacob out the door.
He is so funny.
And he said he didn't use his inside voice, so I put him outside, and I got a championship match to get ready for. Yeah. And
He's hilarious,
you
man.
just see Nick Aldis looking at him. And then we do get to the first match of the night, which was kind of like it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because the fact that Mi Chen got a jobber's entrance, and for those who don't know what that means, jobber's entrance means her entrance happened during the commercial break. At least her coming out to the ring part. it did show her in the ring. They had to, but they, mostly when they do that, they don't. The announcers and them don't even say their names until it comes back from commercial break. So you ever had a WWE SmackDown Raw, then somebody comes out, but the referee doesn't say nothing until like super late. You was on commercial break, and that's a jobber's entrance. That's basically what the jobber's entrance is. They don't. It's just a person coming out, music. Nobody says nothing, and then all of a sudden the announcer just come out of nowhere and just announce the person that's already in the ring. So they kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But this was the first match of the night, which is Michin versus Chelsea Green for the Women's United States Championship. And this was, beyond that jobber's entrance, a pretty good match. This was one of the matches I care for. Because I'm looking on how they're going to handle this women's mid card division, and it's not bad. It's only in its early stages, and we still got to get the women's Intercontinental Championship. So I'm gonna let it cook for now before I pass judgment on it. But I'm glad that this match wasn't like a 5-minute match. This match was definitely a good solid 10, maybe 12 minutes. It felt like they had time to do something. It could have been longer. Yes, it could have. But but because of who you was in the ring with, Chelsea Green, it told the story that it needed to tell while making Michin look good. We see. I like the fact that the little things that they did was Chelsea Green and Michin got different name graphics now. So they actually show you they actually care about the mid card women's division by giving them like custom name cards when they're coming out to the ring. Michin was like graffiti, and then they gave a championship like special customized card for Chelsea Green, and the match itself was fine. The match itself was fine. I enjoyed it. Like I said, they put Michin over. Poor Piper. They got her playing a like the first like a security of the FBI, what they call the Secret Service security for Chelsea Green, which is funny. But eventually, we all know that's going to lead to her trying to take that title from Chelsea or whoever. Eventually, she probably going to turn on Chelsea. But they are set. Look like they set up Michin to be the first true person to take it from Chelsea Green. But yeah, the match was good. I had no complaints about it except for that beginning part with the jobber interest from Michin. But other than that, the thing I will say this: I don't understand why they changed Michin from her NXT gimmick. If you remember, if you actually go back in the day where Michin was part of NXT, she was actually one of the most popular superstars on that because she had like a different gimmick. She was like, it's like because if you didn't know anything about it, she was just like this Asian Chinese looking woman with Tim's and street gear. Like she was like this hood street character. She had
Right.
Tim. She had the cameo pants. She had all this. She had like a good character to her, and then they make her look like a generic wrestler now with wrestling gear and boots and stuff. I'm like, that
Right.
wasn't what made Michin Michin. And I can't. And then she lost a lot of weight too.
Yes, I'm about to say that. She looks bony.
I noticed that today. I'm like, why did she lose so much weight?
Her and Shotzi is just twins right now.
Yeah, like wow, y'all. She used to be a lot bigger. She wasn't big, like big. She had a little muscle. She had a little muscle, a little meat on her. But now she just look like she's thin. And you noticed it when she tried to twerk, and I was just like, girl, when is you twerking? You have nothing back there now. You lost it.
You
But
lost it.
it just it was just I don't know why they changed her gimmick. They need to bring that gimmick back because that's the Michin people could get behind. It goes with Michin. Like it doesn't look right. Like she don't look right with the song and everything, and yet she's not the person with the Tims and the cameo and the stuff that she used to wear in NXT. Like that fits her character. But other than that, the match was good. And Chelsea Green, of course, with the help of Piper, never got the win. I think she rolled up Michin and had the tights. And then that was it. You know, she her and Meech, but I think Meech and said on like on Derry's YouTube page, you know, they had like a little video. She wasn't done with Chelsea Green and whatnot. But otherwise, it wasn't a bad match. I was into it. It was just little nitpicks here and there. But yeah, what do you think, Shay?
I mean, I think this match was better than their first match when they first fought at Saturday Night Lights or whatever it's called, main event, whatever. Yeah, that it was better. Yeah, you can kind of see like they starting the cheat and stuff or whatever. But I feel like they're gonna run it back again. Not to say that I don't want Chelsea Green to lose the title that fast, but I mean, if Piper gonna keep trying to help her win, this ain't gonna work out good. This ain't gonna work out good if she gonna keep cheating or helping her cheat. So and yeah, so we'll see. I guess we gotta see who she gonna fight next, cause that's gonna be the deciding factor if she gonna keep this title long. If the next person she fight.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We need to see like who they put up next against her. If we're gonna keep seeing me and them running back, or we're gonna start integrating some more people. Because that's the next thing. I don't want me to slide to the back, but I want them to start integrating some more of the Smackdown, women. That's got to get them integrated. Start throwing different people at Chelsea Green. But
Right.
I am looking forward to this Monday to see who becomes the first ever women's intercontinental champion. And and what the women's United States Championship got going forward. Um, let's see. Let's see who we got. Nick Aldis and with the tag teams backstage trying to figure out what to do. They all jockeying for whatchamacallit to be the next number one contender. You got Motor City Machine Guns saying they would have been the new champions. It wasn't for Pretty Deadly and Los Garza, and everybody wants a chance. So he said, you know what, let's do this. And you also got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who came in there and said, oh yeah, we actually held been tag team champions and held it longer than any of these guys put together. So if anybody should get a shot at the tag team champions, it should be us. Then he said, you know what, y'all all make a good point. He booked, I think, yeah, he booked Pretty Deadly and Los Garza against each other. And then he booked Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, aka A-Town Down Under versus which was Motor City Machine Guns. And none of these were like number one contender matches, and none of these are just to prove. I guess these are just to weed out the losers and prove who get the next number one contendership. So we see, once you see the way how SmackDown goes, you get a better picture of who's going to be those two teams. Let's see what else we got. Then we get to the second match of the night, which is Los Garza versus Pretty Deadly. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did
Here we
not care
go.
for this match. I did not. I didn't care. The Pretty Deadly haven't had a match in so long, and they rarely use Los Garza. The best thing about this match was the fact that Los Garza and Pretty Deadly got his TV time. But other than that, I couldn't care less. I really didn't pay attention. Like I watched it, but I really didn't watch it. But I watched it. Like I watched it enough to see that I really didn't care about it. And I mean, it was a good back and forth. But these was two heel teams going against each other, and it really didn't. I guess it just didn't really grab me. Um, and yes, it was kind of boring too. At that, it was kind of boring. But in the end, Los Garza got the victory over Pretty Deadly. Uh, Shay, what do you think?
That match was trash. They could have kept that one off. It was just ridiculous. Like y'all finally gonna use Pretty Deadly after everything that was going on. Y'all wanted them. Oh, this so called musical. Like nobody cares about the musical. Nobody cares about them with their disco ball and Santo Escobar group. All they do is cheat. Like be for real. Like nobody really cared about that match. Like they need to split them up. All three of them need to. Those two groups need to split up because and Austin Theory group too. All of those. It's just ridiculous. I just don't understand. It's aggravating. Pick something new. You ain't got you know more people back there in the back that can go do a segment. You didn't have to fight a match. Could have did a segment.
Or you could have even took this time you could have booked Electra Lopez versus somebody, and I would have cared more about that because it would have had something to do with
Exactly.
the women's United States Championship. You could have booked her go up
She
against
could have
B
fought
Fab.
her.
She could
Yeah,
have,
B Fab. My
yeah,
girl B Fab.
like what happened with B Fab? Y'all not just gonna book B Fab? She had an impressive match in that tournament, and then we just gonna forget about it? Like, come on, bro.
B Fab was killing it. I like her little outfits, everything. Baby girl be killing it.
Yeah, Electra Lopez killed it in her match. That's why I'm saying, like, are we just gonna forget about these people? Like, come on, like I already would have saw them two fight than what this match was, but I can't. That's what we got. Um, and then there's no promo. We just straight into it. Next match is L.A. Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the I almost said women's, but the United States Championship, the men's United States Championship, I should say. And this was pretty good. This was pretty good, but the ending was kind of predictable because I'm like, given what we saw already today, yeah, I knew that ending was coming. Like once, like they kind of that was what the only thing that hurt. That's the only complaint I have about this match was that you kind of telegraphed it, and I wanted to, I hope people picked up on it when I said it earlier when it came to an earlier promo, but that kind of telegraphed how this match was going to end. And then it didn't help none that you had Wade Barrett and them saying that, oh, like this could have major consequences and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know how this match is going to go. But the match for itself was good. You know, him and LA Knight went back and forth. It got a very good lengthy time to it. This was like almost like a 15-minute match. Um, they did it really pretty good. I even like the little spot with the turnbuckle and Shinsuke hitting his knee. The back and forth, the Shinsuke and them almost beating each other beforehand. But yeah, the ending of the match came when after Shinsuke Nakamura hit his knee on the exposed turnbuckle, LA Knight would hit his finisher on Shinsuke Nakamura. But you could tell what was coming because all of a sudden LA Knight act like he was too weak to go get the cover, so he was taking his time. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's one of them spots where he just trying to buy time until, yeah, here comes Jacob Fatu and Tama through the crowd, and they will attack LA Knight, giving LA Knight the victory via disqualification. And they would beat him down until Jimmy. And once again, for some odd reason, we're gonna keep showing, we're gonna keep doing this tonight. Okay, so once again, Jimmy and who? Cody Rhodes comes out and attacks Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. I'm like, why are you continuing to it? Okay, maybe I understand earlier, Cody. Maybe if even let's say I could just understand earlier. Okay, you was out there having a nice conversation with Paul. You didn't want Paul Heyman to get attacked. Okay, fine. Why now again? Why are you doing it again? 2 times in one night. Now we have Cody Rhodes for no apparent reason attacking Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. For what reason? What reason? You barely had one earlier. Now you really didn't have one right now. You had none. He had no reason to come out and help Jimmy. Jimmy, I understand. Cody, I have no, like, I barely understood the beginning of the show, and I don't understand it here. But yeah, they come out and they attack, they fight off Jacob and them again. But this time, Cody gets on the mic and he tells Nick Owens, no, don't kick him out. Don't send him home. I'm here. Jimmy's here. They're here. Let's do it. Let's do a match. And we got a dramatic little back and forth, looking back and forth between them, like he trying to ponder. Nick always trying to ponder what to do, and then he just says, "Okay, fine. That's what you want. That's what you want." And he says that's the match, and that becomes like your main event is going to be Jimmy and Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, which in itself was another one, just like this match with LA Knight. I knew how this match was going to end too. It was just predictable, but I'm just like, I don't understand what we're doing here. Why is Cody Rhodes getting involved in their business yet again? It just keeps it. If we're trying to go for, we want to make Kevin look more right and more right and more right to the point where
Right.
Cody Rhodes turned heel. Okay, I guess that was I come back and be like, well, I see now the vision. It was all this was all to turn Cody Rhodes heel. But at this point, I don't get it. I don't understand. There was no reason for Cody Rhodes to be goody two shoes with The Rock. There's no reason for here on the show where we got Cody Rhodes shaking hands with Paul Heyman, shaking hands, or being okay with Roman trying to come back for the title. Like none of this made sense. But I don't know, Shay, what do you think about this whole LA versus Shinsuke Nakamura match and everything involved?
That was a pretty good match. I'm loving this new Sensei, this evil looking, weird, demonic, blood eye person. It's kind of cool. I'm loving it. LA Knight was going to win. We seen that. We knew that the bloodline was going to come out. That ain't nothing new. They always do that. They feuding with everybody on the show. Like, God, they like somebody to say, let somebody just win a match. Dang. But I guess they don't want to give it back to LA Knight, which is understandable. But for some reason, Cody, Raheem Rhodes, I'm gonna need you to sit your ass down, okay? Why is you in? No, go sit down. You in everybody's feuds. You need to tell a nigga, I ain't going out there. That's what you should have said. I ain't going out there. You is fighting with everybody for no reason.
For no
Leave
reason.
Solo and them alone. Like you just finished Solo in that Hell in a Cell, which was a good match. Now you about to go fight Solo and them again? Be for real. Let's be for real. WWE, what are y'all doing, bro?
Yeah,
That was just pointless.
it was pointless. No, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say too, the match with Shinsuke Nakamura and LA Knight was good. That part I like.
Yeah.
That was good. The ending is what pissed me off because we yet again got something pointless. Why is Cody Rhodes doing this? At this point in his story, the story
Yep.
that we are telling with Cody Rhodes, what interest do he have with the bloodline at this point? What's up, Savior?
None.
Hello,
It's
brother.
just with Roman.
Yeah, like
I
at this
understand
point,
Roman's point of view, but not Solo
yeah, like I understand
in the
roaming to an
bloodline.
extent, and I understand you wanting to, okay, so you wanted to tell you that you're gonna possibly be facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and according to
But we
rumors
all
and
know who's
leaks,
gonna win.
yeah, we all know who's gonna win. We all know it's just uh, I get I get the whole Roman Reigns part, but why is we interjecting ourselves with Jacob Fatu and stuff? What did you have? You have no business
Right.
with Jacob Fatu. You have none. There's no reason for you to be feuding with Jacob Fatu. There's no reason for you to be trying to fight Jacob Fatu. At this point, like you've been doing the whole night, it should just be the whole night you trying to beat down Kevin Owens. You and Kevin Owens trying to destroy each other.
Yep.
Y'all could have done that without having to interject Cody Rhodes into the match with Jacob Fatu and them. Where's Jay?
Right.
Where's Jay? Where's Roman?
Where's Sammy?
Where's
Where's
Sammy? Like,
Roman?
this is the people y'all want to keep interjecting into these stories. So where they at?
But that's good. They ain't got CM Punk in there. I'm so happy they did that right.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ.
They did that right. That's the only thing they did right was not put CM Punk in there. Cause my boyfriend not gonna be going up and they helping y'all now. Okay, he got some unfinished business in Raw. Okay,
All right. But yeah, I get yet again, like I said, I have no idea what they was doing. Let's see. Then let's say you guys are starting to sound like me now. it, no, it's just I'm pissed, Sabier. I'm pissed. You did if you watch my Raw review for that Netflix video that I done for my channel, you would know that I Raw on Netflix was very underwhelming, and I didn't like nothing that they did on the show at all. Every person that won shouldn't have won. That should Rhea shouldn't have won.
Right.
Roman shouldn't have won. I didn't like it for Cody and CM Punk. I would have preferred not Cody and CM Punk, but CM Punk and Seth. I would have preferred Seth to win, but I didn't really care. It was either or,
Right.
So I'm cool with that. But there was no need for Liv to lose. There was no need for Solo to lose. Now we're in this weird world where Rhea don't have no direction, Solo don't have no direction, and
Right.
you could have easily, and if you would have just did the opposite, we knew the direction for. You could have still had Roman in the Royal Rumble on a
Yep.
losing streak instead of on a winning streak. You could have had him in the Royal Rumble. You could have had Rhea in the Royal Rumble, but y'all nobody just didn't want to do that. And now we got this weird, boring SmackDown where Cody Rhodes is interjecting himself in bloodline business for no reason, where his focus should be on who do you think? Kevin Owens. It should be about Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, and it wasn't, and it's pissing me off. Is it now you get it? I'm not just talking about talking to be talking. Yeah, I'm like it's just weird. We're in this weird world, and it don't make sense booking wise. But anyway, we get to the fourth match of the night, which is Motor City Machine Guns versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, aka A Town Down Under. Now, granted, this was a match again I didn't particularly care for because of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. These was just like pretty deadly. We really haven't seen much of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They like haven't really been non-factors, but now that we got 3 hours, we can actually put them on the show. Motor City Machine Guns are the reason why I kind of kept interest in this match. But it started to win me over a little bit because the match did go for a long time, and the longer it went, it was the okay it got. I mean, I still didn't care for the match, but it was better than the Pretty Deadly and Lost Garza. I will put it that way. It was more entertaining and better than that match, and I care about it more than that. So it was cool. Pretty cool, a good tag team match between the two, a good finish with Motor City Machine Guns getting the victory. I think it was announced like at the end of the show that for next week we will see like Lost Garza and Motor City Machine Guns go against each other. They try to, I guess it's like an unofficial No One Contenders tournament where they're trying to determine who will get the next thing, the next shot at the championship. But yeah, so that happened. Well, where is Gunther? Gunther had a video package on Monday Night Raw. They like a hype video package, which they should have done for Cody instead of having him there being, oh yeah, they're gonna rock talking about something. Yeah, there go Cody, who's been holding down the championship, the champ company for the past years, done a great job, and blah blah blah. I'm like, what? What is this? I'm like, what is this? What promo is this? Did Rock just come out here and just do whatever? Like,
Yes, he did whatever he wanted to say.
right? I'm like, what? Oh, and then he did the same thing on NXT, and it made me. I'm like, what is we doing here?
NXT. Yeah, he did the same thing.
He did the same thing on
Talk
NXT.
from your heart.
I was like, oh, Dirty is killing me. Yeah, Hill Rock is basically gone, I guess. I don't know. I guess he's a baby face now. We get this great character in the final boss, and then you're gonna take her away from us. So I don't know. But yeah, so like I said, it was a pretty good tag team match between Motor City Machine Guns and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I care more about it than Lost Garza versus Pretty Deadly, but Motor City Machine Guns get the victory. Shay, what did you think about that match? You with me, Shay? I guess not. Anywho, we'll come back to her. We'll come back. Let's see what we got. Pretty Deadly and DIY. basically came together. I guess they was wondering why DIY wasn't out there um, to help them, and they said, what you say? I'll be glad when Theory starts his solo run. Yeah, at this point, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller need to split up. In theory, I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, Theory needs to go back on another solo run. But yeah, so Pretty Deadly and DIY backstage, and they wonder why DIY wasn't out there, and DIY. Oh, we lost Shay, but DIY was basically saying they couldn't come out there because of the heat that's on them. The heat that's on Pretty Deadly right now and everything that's going on. But they promised that they would get get their title opportunity for everything they've done. But you can see Tommaso Ciampa is like he's playing the role. I didn't want them to help us. I didn't want them to have our backs. I don't want to owe them anything. But and Johnny Gargano playing the person of reason, like you know what, yeah, no, yeah, of course we remember your name, the Yes Boys, and all that type of stuff. So sucking up to them, keeping them on the hook, and then you got I about to say Apollo Crews coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, oh we got Shay back. Hello Shay, welcome back."
Yes.
But yeah, so we got Apollo Crews telling Pretty Deadly that they think they're gonna get their championship opportunity, then they got another thing coming. Or they got everything, they're gonna get everything they got coming to them. He said, I'm just saying. And then I think we got Nia Jax and then Candice LeRae backstage where she is informing Nia Jax that she saw Tiffany Stratton on the way out to the ring. And Nia's like, we got yeah, Nia saying that, oh yeah, she like, oh yeah, so I think I need to go out there and say congratulations to her. And we all know what's about to happen there. But before we get there, since we got Shay back, eventually they need to they run a title or not, or win a title or not. What you talking about? Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? Yeah, in fact, yeah, they need to. If they're gonna win another tag team titles, or they just need to split them up. If you're talking about them, please no Tiffany or Nia feud. Just move on. Oh, we're not done with them. Oh, we're not done with them. Not by a long shot. But before we move on, since we got Miss Shay back, Shay, what did you think about that Motor City Machine Guns and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller tag team match?
Just throw it in the trash. They could have did something else. Nobody wanted to see that. Austin Theory them ain't fighting forever, and now y'all want to give them TV time. Like, bye. Be for real. Like, no. They could have did another segment or something, or a TV package or something. Give us something different. You want to give us that? We don't care about that. Like, we don't care about Austin Theory and them. Okay, we really don't. That match was okay. It didn't really sparkle my eyes, if you would say.
Yeah, like I said, for me it was just a little bit better than the Lars Garza and Pretty Deadly match. I could actually say I actually cared more about this match than that one, but then again, I could have dealt with all it too because I'm like, you just don't be using Austin Theory and Gresham Waller enough for me to care about them. So I don't know. Yes,
No.
boy, we need a title run. Oh yeah, the Pretty Deadly is overdue for a tag team title shot.
They need it because y'all keep giving it to Street Profits or um the other team. It's just let somebody else win it. Just give it to Pretty Deadly at this point. Just let them get it. Oh gosh, they'll be entertaining. Like, give it to them.
Yeah, yeah. But y'all know what time it is, right? It's Tiffy time. And this promo is Tiffany Stratton's, I guess, official championship celebration. Though they didn't really do it like how they usually do championship celebrations. But nonetheless, it was Tiffany Stratton's championship celebration where she's interviewed by Byron Saxton about fighting, pulling the trigger, and becoming WWE Women's Champion. And then I guess she got triggered because Byron Saxton said something about her being bullied, but she goes on to explain that she wasn't bullied by Nia. She befriended Nia and played the long game, until it was time for her to pull the trigger. And she said she allowed Nia to think that she was a dumb blonde and all that type of stuff. But she said, "Well, who's the dumb one now?" Holding up the title, and basically says that she wants everybody to put respect on her name because it's Tiffany time. And then we get Nia Jax, who comes out and basically kind of sort of congratulate her, saying that she actually thought she was dumb and that she actually was able to rub two brain cells together to put all that together, but that she let Tiffany have her moment for all 10 to 15 seconds, and then demanded that she handed over the title back to her or she was going to take it from her. But then Bailey would come out and also congratulate Tiffany, but and then admit that if this was all just a con and her, a long con from Tiffany, she said she'll admit you had me fooled too, because I thought you was pretty dumb. But she reminded Tiffany and Nia that the only reason why Nia had the title and was able to keep the title was because of Tiffany Stratton, so that she too wants to challenge Tiffany for the title. This will bring out Naomi, who said that if she had Nia beat and would have been champion as it wasn't for Miss Tiffer, as she called it. I'm like, oh, that was a weird way to call her Tiffany or Tiff, but she gonna say Miss Tiffer. So I'm like, okay, but it fits Naomi. She says she wanted her shot at it, so they all get to arguing or whatnot. And I like how Nia just blow past Naomi, said nobody cares about you, Naomi, and got straight into Bianca's face. I'm like, I like it, but it's weird because Bianca was just there to support Tiffany. I mean Naomi. And I'm like, what? Okay, basically what I'm trying to say, what was weird was Nick Aldis made it a fatal 4-way no one's contenders match. I'm like, Bianca didn't ask for a shot. She didn't even get on the mic. Why wasn't it just a triple threat?
Exactly.
Anywho, but yeah, that's how the rest of that went. Nick Aldis will come out and basically saying that since we got the meeting of the minds, he's making an impromptu fatal 4-way match for the number one contendership to Tiffany's title. After they actually fought in the ring, and then Tiffany hit the prettiest moonsault on all of them as they grouped up, and then that's when we got Nick Aldis saying all that. But that would transition to the fifth match on the night, which is weirdly Bianca for some reason, versus Nia versus Naomi and versus Bailey for the number one contendership. Again, weirdly, because Bianca didn't even say anything. She was just out there. It was weird that she was even out there in ring gear. Not because I get Naomi, I get Bailey, and I get Nia. But why was Bianca out there in ring gear? And then why did Nick always just put her in the match? I'm like, because she would have won, it would have just been weird. But I don't know. It was weird. It was just weird all the way around. But I do give them credit where credit is due. Bailey and Naomi have been putting people over. So I guess it was eventually going to come a time where they would get back involved into the title picture. But the match itself was cool. It was cool. I enjoyed it for what it was. Though I was still weirded out by Bianca being involved, but even she made it work at eventually. The only thing that I will say this about the match, it was weird because if you guys notice, they took pauses, like weird pauses, like they just forgot what they were supposed to do until they reminded each other, like that, like they when it was just Naomi and Bailey and Bianca in the ring, they knocked out Nia, and then the camera was just really on Bianca, and they were all just sitting there until they all know, like, oh yeah, they did that whole "oh, it's just us three" moment. Or like when I think it was either Bailey and Nia or Bianca and Nia, they was fighting each other. They were just like a weird pause, like they were trying to gather their breaths and whatnot. So I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it was these weird pauses in the match that just was like, okay, what are we doing? Like, did y'all forget your roles? Y'all forget what was going on? Like, it was even that one spot where not Naomi, where Bianca and Nia was fighting on the outside, and she had slid to the Bianca slids to the outside, and she's getting ready to hit Nia, but Nia was getting ready to swing at Bianca, but one of them they both had to stop swinging because one of them realized, oh yeah, it's only supposed to be one of us swinging at each other, and I think Nia forgot that she wasn't supposed to swing, so they both had to stop, and she allowed Bianca to hit her. Something it's like it's these little instances you could pick up on, like when they mess up on stuff. But other than that, the match was good. It was good with Bailey after an inadvertently hair whip to Naomi's stomach. Bianca would take herself and Nia out, allowing Naomi to get hit by the rosebud from Bailey, and Bailey will win the match. She is your new number one contender. We actually, I was about to say, I was about to get to it, but I'm gonna get to it because it happens after this. So, with that being said, Shay, what did you think about this match? Because, like I said, for me, it was a good match. It was a good match. It was one of the better matches in the night, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely one of the better matches from the night. And it still really dawned on me. Like I was listening to Tiffy talking, it's just like, girl, what are you talking about? We all knew that you probably was gonna cash in later on. We knew that you was gonna cash in that night. Okay. Second of all, you didn't help Naya win all of those matches because baby girl, you just started being Naya's pet like a couple months ago. So was you there when she won Queen of the Ring? Was you there? No, you was not there. Did you was there when she beat Bailey? You didn't even get in, to the match. So Nia fought all those matches. But what Miss Tiffy don't know is, baby girl, you're gonna lose that title to Charlotte. We all know that, and you're not gonna have the title long. So who's gonna be laughing in? And we all know that Bailey was not supposed to win that match. At least Naomi or Nia was supposed to win that match. Either have a
Yeah,
triple
yeah,
threat or yeah.
yeah. That was a weird. That was sort of bit. That should have been a triple threat, and Naomi or Nia.
Triple threat.
Like, I don't understand
How
what we're
could
doing.
somebody win that don't even deserve a title? Like at least Bailey or Nia. Anyway, in my opinion, I think Nia should got her rematch just one on one. Anyways, from the beginning, because nigga, I just know that's wrong. If somebody cash it on you, you should have the opportunity to fight them again. I understand if she was gonna lose anyway, but still, we all know Charlotte's gonna come out in one of those matches, make it a triple threat. We all know that's gonna happen. But why would y'all do that like that? What was the point of them coming out to talk if you made it a whole for the four-way match? Be for real. Like Bailey did not deserve to win because she lost the she lost in the United States match. So be for real. Like stop it. That's some clownery.
Yeah, but it makes sense if you know that with the leaks, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Pretty Deadly and Guns feel is money down the line. Yeah, that could be. That definitely could be. God, please, if you hear me, no Nia and Tiff feud, please. It's useless. Just let Tiff start her own run. Yeah, we're not done with
It's
it
gonna
yet.
be yeah, it's not gonna be over. It's gonna be what, a month? She gonna have that title? No, 3 months, 2 months? She not gonna keep that title long. We know that.
I don't know if she's gonna keep it long, but I know Nia and Tiffany are not done. Um, Thanks to the fact that Nick Aldis is about to do, what I'm about to say he's about to do. Saying simply,
Exactly.
why are the tag champs in a time and shouldn't they be defending their tag titles? Like, yeah, like I don't understand.
Exactly.
Like it was weird. Like I don't understand what the heck that was going on. Like why are we putting? Like I understand why Bailey and I give you Bailey and Naomi coming out with
Right.
just like Nia won the championship opportunity, but why Bianca? Bianca did
Exactly.
like I said, she was just there to support Naomi, and she didn't even get on the mic. And all of a sudden, he's making it a fatal four way. That was like the weirdest decision ever. The match was okay, but it was just a weird decision to put Bianca in it. Like we had to pretend like she asked for this. I'm like, she didn't, but we didn't even hear her on the mic. We didn't even hear her on the mic the whole night, like at all.
and then you let your friend take the pin, like you were supposed to be there to help your friend win. That's the thing I did. That didn't make sense to me. You was there, Bianca. You were supposed to help your friend Naomi win, and you get knocked out the ring. Be for real. Yeah, that didn't make sense.
None of that, mate. But then again, this whole SmackDown didn't make sense. Like, honestly, it really didn't.
It didn't.
So here we go again. Uh, so afterwards, we get Cody and Jimmy just
Here we
backstage,
go.
and I'm just like, oh, they're just gonna keep rubbing this in my face the whole night. This is just gonna keep pissing me off. Cody is backstage and he's greeted by Jimmy, and Jimmy, it's like the whole thing with Roman, the bloodline, and Roman wanting to come at the title, and Cody's like, you know what, that as far as I'm concerned, I already knew that was gonna happen, and you're cool, Jimmy's, Paul's cool. All of a sudden, he's talking about these. Everybody's cool now. What? Why?
What? What
Why
are you
are you
smoking on,
cool?
baby boy?
What are we living in? Like, see, this is why I said Roman should have been on the downward spiral, and
Yep.
he shouldn't have been winning matches like he should have, and he should have just been losing. He should have lost. He should have lost Solo. He should lose at the Royal Rumble. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, he gonna lose at the Royal Rumble. He gonna see. He gonna be mad. He
I
gonna be
mean,
mad at that Royal Rumble.
yeah, it was like a little minor spoiler. According to the leaks, was it's looking like it's going to be true. I won't tell you who wins, but I can tell you one thing for sure: Roman do not win.
Yep.
Roman is not the person that's listed as the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble. So, sorry, that is a little spoiler for Roman fans. He will not be winning the Royal Rumble. But
He don't need to.
yeah, he don't need to at all. But no. So yeah, then all of a sudden, Jimmy is confronted by Carmella, who's like, yeah, last time it was 3-on-1. I'm like, nobody tried to fight you, Mello. They were just trying to
Nobody
scare you.
cares.
No, okay. Somehow it was a 3-on-1 attack, but it was just they wasn't trying to fight you. But okay. He's like, what up now? And he was talking his trash to Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, he was like, you know what? What's that catchphrase you always say? He like, oh yeah. He's just feeling himself also. Mellow don't miss. He's like, yeah, that's it. He said, with all those bricks, he said, you've been making, you could build you a house or something like that. And then he just did the little yeet, which was pissed off Carmelo. And then get into what I wanted to talk about. Bailey. Before we get to the main event, Bailey is backstage and she's interviewed by Byron Saxton about her victory. And Byron Saxton reveals that Bailey's championship match with Tiffany Stratton is going to take place next week on Friday Night SmackDown. And the reason why I made it dramatic like that, because the leak for the Royal Rumble, the leak card, did say that Tiffany was going to be champion and that she was going to be defending against somebody else at the Royal Rumble. But when Bailey wanted to know, when Bailey wanted the number one contenders match, I was like, okay, maybe they might switch plans. But let's see if they're going to announce when she's going to have that opportunity. And when they announced that she was going to have that opportunity next week and not at the Royal Rumble, I'm like, oh no, that leaks look like it's starting. Those leaks starting to look like that might be true. Right. So that's why. So if you're wondering who I'm referring to, that's why I keep saying Nia and Tiffany is not done. You could take it from there. Who I mean by who she's defending at the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
So take that what you will. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say about that. Was that this is confirming that maybe those leaks are truly true, and because, like I said, the leaks did confirm that before she cashed it in, it confirmed that Tiffany was going to be champion by the time the Royal Rumble. So since hindsight is 2020, we see that she cashed in and became champion. So you started to believe that these leaks are true because Tiffany will be champion
Right.
going into the Royal Rumble. So I'm like, we might have just if those leaks might have just spoiled the whole entirety of the Royal Rumble. If you guys haven't seen it, it's like the whole card from singles matches to the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. Everything on the show got spoiled. Like I know the winners
Champion
and the
for a little
losers.
bit amount of time.
Huh?
I said it kind of makes sense too because like everybody that cashes in don't be champion that long. Damian Priest was champion for what? How many months? 5 months.
Yeah, I think he was like 4 or 5 months before losing it to Gunther.
Yeah, it ain't gonna last long. I mean, I wanted to, but come on, we all know that it ain't gonna happen long. It ain't gonna be long. That's sad though, but
Yeah. Bailey is a side character. She's not a main character. That's just facts.
she's never been a main character like that,
I mean,
like she used to be.
look, I would say she used to be a long time ago, but recently she's been seen as a side character. I would give her her recent like character, development where she had character wise. She's been a side character, but that's a good thing. In this case, that's a good thing because with Bailey and Bianca taking a step back, I like it because it lets other people shine.
Right.
And I like that. So I don't mind Bailey and Bianca taking the back seat right now. Because
No, I love Bianca as a champion. I'd rather love that than Rhea. I want Bianca so bad. Please take the title from Rhea. Because I really do not want to see Rhea be champion. I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. I'd rather see Bianca or Jade,
they didn't need it. I
Yep.
swear it's not needed. But anywho, we get to the main event, which is Jacob and Tama Tonga versus Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso. Now, going into this, I was so irritated, but we got a great Jacob promo going into it when he said, "Oh yeah, let's get it." My man always play these great promos. He was like,
He's funny.
my boy, Jacob Thomas, Big Jim. He said the difference between my bloodline, and your bloodline is that they left you on the front line. How you say they left you on the front line to the deadline. And he said, Cody Rhodes, you better wake up because he said you on Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm like, what? And he said, I'm the nightmare. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, all right. And I love Jacob's music too. But
Yeah.
I love like the lighting in his music. It goes with this character so much. So I'm like, okay, all right. You're kind of getting me back into Vol. Rhea is raw and needs to carry the Memphis flag. No, hell no. Rhea did not. She could have done that without the title. Honestly,
she's dominant. Yeah, without the title,
she could have done that without the title. And plus, she needed to be on the downward spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, the whole thing with her and the Judgment Day, with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley leaving Judgment Day, them causing them the titles and everything, that should have been a downward spiral for both of them. They should be working their way back to being champion. Not even this soon. Like not Rhea being champion this soon. Rhea at the very least should have won at WrestleMania to become champion.
Yeah.
At the very least. If we was going to get the title back to Rhea, it should have been at WrestleMania. It should have been at the Raw on Netflix. It should not been at Raw on Netflix. It either should have been at WrestleMania or not at all. But
not at all.
But here we are. So no, hell no. The next female star is going to beat Rhea but
who? You got him? Nobody.
The only person that at this point, the person that's going to beat Rhea is Jordan Grace when she comes to WWE. Because she's Jordan Grace is either going to go to the
Roxanne.
or Roxanne.
Roxanne
Yeah, they bring
too.
it.
Yeah,
But
she lost her
no,
title.
I think they bring Roxanne is going to SmackDown. She's not going to Raw.
Oh.
Yeah, Trick. According to rumors, Trick Williams and Roxanne are SmackDown bound. I
Oh
remember that
wow.
when I remember that when the whole trade window thing started, it was already rumored that them two was coming to the main roster and they would both be going to SmackDown. So if anything, it'll be Jordan Grace when they bring her over to the show to WWE permanently as a WWE superstar. Uh, but that's my point. It shouldn't be Jordan Grace. My point I was trying to make it is that would be the only person now I can see that could beat her, but it shouldn't
Right.
be her. Like Jordan Grace should have actually still cut her teeth more in NXT before we get her to the main roster. Because
And then
not everybody who watches WWE watches TNA. Now I'm gonna say not. I don't mean a big portion of them because a lot of people know who Jordan Grace is, and a lot of people know who watches WWE know who Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry are. So I'm not gonna say a lot of people don't watch it, but at least let them cut their teeth first and make their names known more and WWE before we get to the main roster. But I have a feeling that when she comes over, Triple H is just gonna put her on the main roster on Raw, and she'll feud with Rhea Ripley. If we don't get Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for
again,
a hundred times, because in my opinion, I think Liv Morgan should win the Women's Royal Rumble, but according to the leaks, that's not going to happen. So, anywho, back on track here. Jacob and them had a good match with Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso. It was okay, but it was predictable. That was my only problem with this match. It was just like with LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was predictable, in the sense of because we've been seeing it the whole night. Even Jacob said, "You see what we've been doing the whole night." Like, yeah, that lets me know how this match was going to end. Um, but yeah, it was the way it ended too. I have a problem with the way it ended because of the fact that this is what the whole night should have been about. Instead, we interjected Cody Rhodes in this match for what? Just so we could get to
or what?
just for Jacob and Tama and Cole and Jimmy have something to do. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like this match was just so Jacob, Tama Tonga, and Jimmy had something to do.
Yes,
It
it
felt like they didn't have
talk
nothing.
about the exactly.
It felt like they didn't really have nothing to do for them. So they were like, you know what? Let's just use this opportunity with Cody and Kevin Owens, and let's make a match between Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Cody Rhodes and Jimmy Uso, just so we could frame Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes around this whole thing. This is more so about them, but we just want to have them be able to do something. I don't know. That's what it felt like. But it was a pretty good match. It was a standard Jacob Fatu dominating like match with Tama Tonga. It's kind of dominating as well. But Cody Rhodes and them, they all went back and forth. You can still see the little hesitant with moves when it comes to Jimmy. I think Jimmy is not 40. He may not be 40 100%, or he may just be scared to injure himself again. Because I get it. Jimmy has been injured a lot in the past couple of years. So, I
Yep.
get the whole timid thing from Jimmy. Cause I'll be timid too. I'm like, man, every time I try to go all out and entertain, I get injured.
Right.
I just want to not be injured and actually have a good run in WWE. But yeah, the match itself was cool. Of course, as usual, Kevin Owens will come out to distract Cody Rhodes right when they had the upper hand on
There
Jacob
we
Fatu
go.
and Tama Tonga. This will cause Cody to leave the ring and fight with Kevin Owens, which should have been a disqualification, by the way, because I think they was hitting each other, if I'm not mistaken, or was Kevin Owens? No, Kevin Owens was just getting beat up. So I forgot that was earlier when they was hitting each other. But in this version of the brawl, it was just Kevin getting hit by Cody Rhodes. Um, and then Jimmy was left all by himself to the mercy of Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. And Jacob Fatu would destroy Jimmy, hitting him with Impaler DDT, and then that moonsault, and then for the victory, and then we didn't even get to celebrate and bask in the victory for them long, because then it just goes. This is why I said I had a kind of a weird, like I don't like the ending, because Jacob and them wins, but there was a little bit time left on the show, so
Right.
as they win, they do they whole thing, they poses or whatnot, and then we just cut to Cody and Kevin Owens brawling still on the outside. They fighting on top of the stuff. So it's just like we just go cut into their victory pose.
Right.
Like
With the sandwich on the on
I'm like,
here's the
so
sandwich and the drink.
I'm just like, oh my god, why didn't you just make the whole night about them? Like,
Exactly.
what is we doing?
Messing up everybody else's matches. That would have been nice.
Like obviously you didn't have nothing for Jacob because of Solo not being there. No Roman, you had nothing for Jacob or Tonga to do, and you had nothing for Jimmy to do. So you, so you just said, you know what? That's just that just have Cody interfere so we could have them give them a match later on tonight or something. Because that's the only way that makes sense of why Cody would interject himself with helping Jimmy against Jacob and Tama Tonga. It was just to give Jacob, Jimmy, and Tama Tonga something to do for the night.
Yep.
Because all you had was Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes on the show. My God,
Yep.
this was so stupid. But yeah, so like I said, they win the match, but we don't even get the chance to bask in it because we just cut to Cody Rhodes and them fighting. They fighting in the crowd again, and then they fighting on top of like crates and stuff. And Kevin Owens is trying to put Cody Rhodes through the tables, but then Cody will reverse it. They will fight again, but then he will attack. He will tackle Kevin Owens off the little crates through the table onto the concrete floor, which I'm like, ow. Because usually y'all have like a little crash pad. That was pure concrete. So I know, at least for Kevin, I know he was true. He might have a cracked rib for real. Cause he landed, that table gave way. He hit after that table broke. He hit pure concrete, and Cody landed on top of Kevin. So I'm like, yeah, you might have a cracked rib or two. But and then now with the show would just end with them like, just stuck in the rubble, and then Cody trying to, Cody just walking away, and Kevin trying to reach for him, but then the officials stop him, and that's the end of the show. Like I said, this was just weird. They should have the whole show should have been about Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes beating each other on site. We shouldn't have saved Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga and Jimmy for next week. We could even say Paul Heyman for next week when Solo is actually there. It was weird. It was just a weird show. I mean, do I enjoy the chaoticness of it, of Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga? Yeah, but it got overshadowed. The good carnage that Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga could cause got overshadowed by the fact that they interjected Cody Rhodes into it, and it just made me like, it just took me out of it because I'm like, why? Why did we got Cody Rhodes in this? So just like, what are we doing here? So now he's just cool with the bloodline all of a sudden. Is Cody Rhodes gonna become Cody Uso now? Like what we got going on?
Cody Raheem Uso Rhodes.
They gonna she's gonna get a title run. She's probably gonna be one of the people that's gonna be the women's Intercontinental Champion once we crown the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion. She's gonna get a title run. Kevin Owens is killing it at the moment but when do you put a title around his? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to say Kevin Owens wins the Money in the Bank this year. But also, I want to see Jey Uso either win the Royal Rumble or the Money in the Bank.
Jay for Money in the Bank.
I know he's not gonna get. I know he's not gonna get the Royal Rumble because if the leaks are true, that means he's not gonna get it. But anything could change between now and then. It's not set in stone. But I'm not saying what the leaks say is gonna happen is gonna happen. but it's starting to look more and more true because some of the things on that leak list has happened. That's why I'm saying the leaks are looking true. When I say they looking true, I'm not saying they are true, but they looking true because we already got one thing on that leak that's happened. The leak said that Tiffany was going to be champion going into the Royal Rumble, and she is. She is. So we have to assume that everything else might be true too. Um, but with that being said, Shay, what did you think of this main event?
The main event. Oh, it was too much going on. Cody Raheem Rhodes running out there like he Captain Sabo. Like, go boy, sit your
Right.
behind down. Doing too much. Then you got, I understand Jimmy firing them. That's cool. But then you and KO just gonna barge. Y'all could have did that the whole show. Have them interrupting other people matches.
I just have no idea why they did that. Like, oh my god.
I don't understand. Like that was the worst SmackDown I ever watched in a long time. Even
Yeah,
last week was way better than this week.
yeah. Last week was way better than this week. I'm like, oh my god.
It was
Like,
just ridiculous.
this was just ridiculous. Like, I don't. Oof. I honestly, at going into this, I was gonna give it a 6, but I'm just like, oh god, this was just so horrible. It was like it was nothing really too good about this show. Besides from the Paul Heyman stuff, the Jacob Fatu promos, for me anyway, in my opinion. I like the Paul Heyman promo, though it was weird that Cody Rhodes is just okay with the bloodline all of a sudden. Uh I like Jacob's promos. I like the match with Bianca Belair, and then even though that was weird that Bianca was in the match, but I still liked it nonetheless. Tiffany's promo was okay. The main event was okay, but everything else kind of was like either good, or either okay, or was too predictable. I really didn't like the Lost Guard. The match, the only match I will say I did absolutely did not like was that like Angel Garza and Pretty Deadly match. I could care less for that match, but I don't know. I really want to give this a 6 out of 10, but this was an average show, so I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. This was just an average show. I'm sorry, this show was average at best because I don't know what they was doing with this. And you want to know why this show was average? Because the stuff that they pulled with the Raw on Netflix was going to set the tone for itself and this SmackDown and the stuff to come. But no, this was a 5. This was a 5. It was a 5. I like I said, Sabier. I said I was going to give it a I was originally going to give it a 6, but no, it was a 5. It was I can't. Hey, this is just my opinion. I didn't really like everything on the show. I didn't like. I liked the Me Chan match. The Me Chan match was cool. The Women's United States Championship match was cool. I didn't like the Lost Garza match. The LA Knight match was predictable but good. Motor City Machine Guns match was okay. Cause I like Motor City Machine Guns. I just don't like Austin Theory and Grayson Waller too much. Tiffany's promo was good. Bianca's match was the Bianca versus Nine, the Fatal 4-Way for the number one contendership match was okay, and the main event was okay. It was just the what really pissed me off about this episode was that nothing made sense character wise. That's why I'm giving it a 5. I'm giving it a 5 because story wise, nothing made sense on this show. Nothing. I'm sorry, nothing made sense on this show. It's a 5. It wasn't bad. It was just weird and nothing made sense. And that's because nothing made sense of what they did Monday. But Shay, what did you get? What would you give SmackDown?
I'm gonna give it a I would give it a 4 because I didn't like really none of the matches. Only like 2 or 3 out of 5. So I don't know. Here you go with the dog barking. Yeah, I really didn't like. Can I talk to the people in the United States? Like, we don't care about what you got going on. But yeah, I really didn't. Only like 2 or 3 matches. I didn't like all of them. That's why I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, like I only like there was one match I really didn't like. I kind of didn't care for the Motor City Machine Guns match either, but it was because it was a good, and because it went on for a little bit longer. It got better as it longer it went, but I wasn't initially a fan of it. But other than that, everything else was kind of cool. It just I was so taken out of the show because of the weird story they was trying to tell here. That the story this show should have really been built around Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes hating each other, and we got them interjected themselves with the bloodline, and we're trying to set up too many stories all at one time here. We're trying to set up a potential group with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre and a hatred of the bloodline and all that type of stuff and CM Punk. We're setting up way too many things at one time to just make everything feel weird. But hey, those were just our opinions. You feel free to let us know in the comments what you think. But anywho, shout out time. That's it. That was all the show. At least that I'm aware of. I don't know if they had a dark match or not. Probably so. Who knows? But that is the show. That is it. That is SmackDown. Pretty average SmackDown. Pretty average SmackDown. But shout out to my lovely co-host here, Shay, aka Know the Rules. So if you enjoy football, if you enjoy wrestling, and you want a channel that does both, that talks about your two favorite sports passions, football and wrestling, then get over to her channel, Know the Rules, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for her because that's what she does. She talks about football and wrestling. So that's your woman right there. For if those your two favorite things to talk about, she's your girl. What did Savior say? The perks as of right now, the
I'm
perks of
crying.
the perks of joining this channel is to be amongst other poor black men and women trying to make a living because we ain't rich yet. We ain't rich yet. But the perks of
Not yet.
not yet, but the perks of joining this channel is when we do get there. Hey, you'll be a member, you'll be right there with us, bro. Success comes with all of us in here. When one succeeds, we all succeed. So that's the perks. As of right now, you join a community of like-minded people who like to talk about wrestling, who like to give their opinions and critiques, the stories that we see and the rumors that we hear going into the show, all that good stuff. You get to join like-minded people. So that's the perks. Those are the perks. And then when we get to the better perks like the success, the YouTube plaques, all that, then you get to be a part of that. You get to be a part of that. So and hey, that might be on a launching pad for your own show. Who knows? Mostly everybody here on this and that's in this group got their own YouTube channel. That's how we come together. We're like the Avengers, except we're the low tier street level Avengers that nobody really cares about. But anywho, not selling ourselves short here, except for Big Chris. Big Chris, he's becoming the Avenger level people. But speaking of Chris, get over to his channel, Chris Wrestling Views. I haven't checked out his recent numbers, but I remember he was 70-something thousand strong, barreling towards 80,000. Almost he was like 70 plus thousand something strong. He might be at 74 or 75,000 now. Like I said, I don't know for sure. But the point is, we want to get him to 100,000 subscribers. So, with that being said, Get over there to his channel, hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for him. And yeah, let's get him to that 100,000 subscriber mark. Let's get him over there. We want to see him with the YouTube plat when he does one of these videos. So we need you guys' help to do that. Shout out to Jeff. I can't. He has. I would. Sorry, Jeff, if you're watching. I can't remember your channel's name. I because we went from Jeff Dog Gaming. It's something. It was so hard to keep up, but Jeff does have a YouTube channel, but he's been arguing back and forth with the YouTube gods. So he does have one. I'm sorry, I can't remember his YouTube channel, but I will shout it out here. But that just shouts out to Jeff. Shouts out to Punch as well. I figured he would be on the show because today is his birthday. Punch, aka Thanos, aka Shane, is his birthday today. So let's wish Thanos a happy birthday. Let's see. That shouts out to Big Bro Hector as well. And shouts out to Kicking It with Leo, who was on the channel with us this past Monday. I did get to see the video. I wasn't a part of it, but Tuesday. He was there on a video Tuesday. I didn't get to be a part of it, but he was there. So let's get a shout out to Kicking It with Leo. Get over to his channel. Hopefully by now he has reached that 500 subscriber mark. So I want to say if he is at that 500 subscriber mark, let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. By hitting that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for him. Let's get him there. Again, that's Kicking It with Leo. I think that's everybody. I think that's Shay, Punch, Jeff, Chris, Hector. Oh, forgot about me. Me, myself. Can't forget about me. Get over to my channel, Little Bit Man Gaming, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Shout out to the new subscribers I have gained. By the way, love you guys. Yeah, I do video games. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews. I react to movie trailers and TV show trailers. I react to a lot of things. I'll talk about a lot of different things. I'm a jack of all trades. Except for comic books, I know Sabier is gonna get on me about that because he always said I should be talking about comic books. And I will. I'm a fine time. I just have been having a busy life, but eventually I do want to get on and talk about some comic books and stuff, especially since we're gonna be having these adaptations of the Superman and Secret Wars and all that type of stuff. I do want to talk about different comic books and what they mean going forward for these movies. But anywho. If you like all that, especially as you like gameplay, because I will be doing another live stream tonight for Dead Island 2, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, with that being said, we got one more channel to shout out. Is this the Wrestling Pit Podcast? Get over there and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button because this is what brings you the main juiciness. Because you get a reward once we get to 500 subscribers and or more. We'll take more. We'll definitely take more. But yeah. So do all the great things for us. Hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button for the Rest of the Pit Podcast. Who brings you all this for us? Like I said, you get a reward. You get a reward for me if I get to 10,000 subscribers or more too for my channel. So you get a reward. You get two chances at a reward, my channel and this channel. Yeah, with that being said, we're going to go to enjoy the rest of our Saturday. I'm going to get ready for my live stream. And yeah. We see you Tuesday for Monday Night Raw review. Hopefully Monday Night Raw, the second Netflix episode of Monday Night Raw will be way better than the first one. Golly, I want to see how they try to get themselves out of this stupid hole they put in. I still don't understand. Hulk Hogan? Really?
For real.
Hulk Hogan?
And then guess what? It sounds like he's on the Saturday Night Main Event thing because I heard his voice on the commercial. I said, please don't have him on there.
No, he's not going to be on there. But they did say they was going to limit like his in-person appearance, and they're just going to use them like for like promo videos for like Saturday Night Main Event and whatever else they got doing. If I'm paying, I want comics and lots of content. Oh, trust me, you're gonna get lots of content, sir. You're gonna get lots of content. But yeah, oh, actually, before we go, I got one more. We got one more surprise. Say beer. Chris is answering your question too. Look what he says. He says the perks of joining the channel is to express your opinion about pro wrestling. It's free. It's no subscription or anything. Boom. Couldn't say it better myself. You're joining a group of like-minded people, expressing your opinion, expressing your critique of WWE and pro wrestling. Couldn't say it better myself. Thank you, Chris. Couldn't say it better myself. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our night. Thanks for Chris for stopping by. Hopefully, we'll
Yes.
see you in the next video. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. And we're gonna sign out by saying Resident Pit
Hey,
Podcast.
podcast baby.
Yes. Oh no, we don't have no pay. You see, you messed me up, Chris. You messed me up. Look at you. No, we don't have a Patreon or anything. No Patreon, no nothing. All right. No, not that. But yes, as we just said, Rest in Pit Podcast, baby. All right. Here we out. Love you guys.